All right. Hello. Test, test. All right. This will be my fourth attempt.
You order the Journey Pack today. Thank you, Fume, for sponsoring this video. Girls don't choose the nice guys. And you're a nice guy. But you're fat. And you're fucking gay. IMALEXX is a commentary YouTuber that has built his brand on the image of being a hyper self-aware good guy.
But you know what the best thing you could do to keep your career alive is? Do you want to know what it is? Do you want to know what the best thing you could do if you are a self-serving, arrogant, ignorant asshole? Be good.
Damn, he couldn't do it, huh? Alexx has had not one, not two, but 3 girlfriends come forward, showing how verbally and even physically abusive he could be. Where's Jest? I'm very angry. I'm going to kick her head in. Might kill her. Might actually kill her. This all stems from Alexx's most recent ex, Alice, coming forward. The point of her doc is to show Alexx would take small things and turn them into huge arguments. She doesn't want to come over till he's done with work, and he's like, how about you don't come over at all? Please, off. She says, I'm annoying for saying I still want to see you. He's so mad that he's unironically using caps lock. Permanently. Oh my god. Shut the fuck up. IMALEXX is very passionate about standing up for SA victims. He talks about how 3 to 4 times a year he has to kick friends out of his group for it.
So like it's been this thing now. I was talking to Fraser about it the other day. We were like, this is like a reoccurring theme in our group of friends. Happens like 2 to 3 times a year.
Yeah.
For the last 3 years. That's mental.
Yeah.
It should not be like that.
So what are you saying that
People get accused of
being
racist or pedophiles or just like being generally just.
Imagine admitting you hang out with like fucking rock stars and fucking predators.
I drove 4 freaking hours today for you guys. 4 hours to investigate another pedophile village.
Everyone here, for the most part, is a sex offender down here? Got it. That's not you?
I got sex charges, yeah.
This time it's Alexx's turn to be kicked out of the friend group, with everyone abandoning him. Memulus says, this is one of the worst situations I've ever seen in my life. Wow, out of the 4 years they've known each other, 16 friends they've allegedly kicked out. Alexx is apparently the worst case. Alexx frames
Wish I could take him out right now. He's got that fucking glass hammer on him.
And dealing with predators. He's very sympathetic towards their cause. In 2017, he accused Zaptai of being a diagnosed sociopath.
Ed told me about 4 or 5 days ago now that he was a diagnosed sociopath.
Ed would say, no, that's not true. I was actually diagnosed with major depressive disorder. He also framed Ed as a pedo when she said she was 17 and Ed was 20. Later, she said she was 16, with Ed breaking up with her a couple weeks after.
When we had our conversations, I gave him my Twitter, and my bio had a fake age on it. 17.
Then she revealed to have.
Why would you lie about being younger? It's fucking weird.
Are you that dense? Zaptai was dating a 13-year-old girl. That's what he got outed for.
Apparently, I am that dense because all evidence points to Ed having no idea that she was younger than 16 years old.
They never met, they never exchanged nudes, but that didn't stop Alexx from pushing forward these allegations, going after anyone for trying to correct the story. Hey, Tommy C, did you send your dick to underage girls too? No matter what your thoughts are on Zaptai, this was not how to handle it. It was a mess and a story that wouldn't be corrected for another 2 years. Now, Alexx did admit that he didn't handle it well and that he never wanted to take a part in something like it again.
So it was hard. It's the hardest thing I'm ever gonna have to do on the platform. And in comparison for how hard it is, because nothing like that is ever gonna happen again. Like, I refuse to allow it. Yeah. I'm never gonna talk about anything like that ever again. Like, it could turn out that somebody rape somebody, you're never gonna get a fucking word out of me.
2 years later, in 2019, Alexx accused his friend Slazo, using out-of-context messages and jokes to frame him as an SA predator. Slazo would make a video adding in context, proving his innocence, and Alexx would double down, saying, I don't want to be—
Hold on, man. Don't fucking scroll past the evidence that quick. Jesus.
Rape somebody, you're never gonna get a fucking word out of me.
2 years later, in 2019, Alexx accused his friend Slazo.
They know I have a boyfriend. My friend was like, you getting late or something? I died. I'm so excited. Ugh. Is he right though? Oh, I wish. What the fuck? Yes, I may be small, but perfect height for a dick punch. Then I rock starry. Baby, when I get back, it's Oh, this is weird. Yes, Jesus.
Messages and jokes to frame him as an SA predator. Slazo would make a video adding in context, proving his innocence. And Alexx would double down, saying, I don't want to be friends with someone who admits to be controlling of a 14-year-old. Slazo was 16, by the way. I don't know why he would word it like that unless his intentions are to be as malicious as possible. He'd also make a Twitter video admitting that he knew that Shay was being dishonest about some of the claims.
And obviously now Michael's video has come out where he's debunked some of the things that were put in there.
First of all, I already knew that some of the screenshots that were used in Chase Twit Longer were jokes. I was very much aware of that. But I never had an issue with that, and I want to make that clear.
He doesn't think it's a problem because he wrote it. I didn't know this, but when talking to Blues Dank on stream the other night, he revealed that Alexx wrote the draft for Shay's Twit Longer.
Rumors, I don't know if maybe you can clarify this or not. I've heard rumors that Alexx wrote portions or drafts of her statement for her. Like in a similar way that like...
I ended up finding out that multiple people wrote their own versions of a statement, and then like parts were picked apart. I think this was Alex's story, but it was like she had come to them with Hyoj and they were like, help us write this because we're stupid, we don't know how to word it properly. In other words, saying, how do we actually manipulate this in the best way possible to fuck this guy over? That's how I originally saw it when they were talking like that.
This is from a server. Alexx says, look, I reckon we need to try and get this out soon. Want to make sure he can't continue. Whatever makes that happen, I support. Hyojin then replies, with events coming up, I want to make sure no one else associates with them. How crazy is it that Slazov's two biggest accusers, Alexx and Hyojin, would then legitimately be accused? Hyojin was accused by her partner for hitting them so hard their head bounced off the wall. She then grabbed a knife and pointed at them and herself. She went to jail for this. Alexx would eventually apologize for the Slazov situation, but then he would go on True Jordy's podcast and act like he was pressured by so many people to do what he did.
Like with the stuff that happened with me, it wasn't just like, oh, me mate got accused of some really terrible things and then like confronted him. It was like, no, 20 other full-time YouTubers went, if you don't go this way, we all think it's this way.
Yeah.
They go, you know, like you've got to really join in on this side. Like this is the way that it's like, this is the way you think it's going to go. And you're not thinking it going, oh man, there's a lot to gain from this. Nobody's ever thinking that. But it's one of those things where when you suddenly have like 20 people call you up, it's like a terrifying experience.
It's the same thing he said about the Zaptai allegations.
Every DM, every day, every hour. Ed this, Ed that. Ed's your best friend. What are you going to tell these people? What are you going to tell that people?
Don't be fooled. He was the one pressuring people behind the scenes, telling them not to apologize.
I was one of the people that was like, no, apologizing is a terrible idea.
Didn't they say it like it was like a coup? Like if you apologize, then you've cut. Like,
well, I was told I shouldn't apologize because I was getting named a lot, and I was like, well, I feel like I should say sorry for even just the tweet I made.
I don't believe he's innocent. I don't think he's innocent at all. Che may also be innocent and may have hid stuff and used jokes to try and maybe push a certain agenda. But at the same time, the stuff that Michael admitted to is stuff that makes me not want to be friends with somebody who is capable of doing those things, even the things he admitted to.
This is all Slazo admitted to in his relationship when he was 16 years old.
I was emotionally unavailable. I didn't give you the support you needed. I was overly focused on certain physical things. I was a controlling asshole, you know? I was a dick, and I'm sorry for that.
Alexx acts like he cares a lot about SA and the victims. He doesn't. It's only for public perception. While on vacation with his girlfriend, she opens up about her SA, and he demeans her the whole time. I opened up to him about my SA trauma that I had been through myself. In response to this, he tells me that he doesn't want to know what's been done to me by other guys. I ended up into another room crying, because you're f***ing weird bringing up this shit on our first holiday. Ruin every moment. I have no fond memories with you. Actually none. She asks, what's the point of saying all this? This guy sucks. When I say his entire brand is a lie, I mean down to the t-shirts. His brand is internet sensation. It's supposed to be a self-aware, deprecating joke. So I may do YouTube, but I'm still self-aware and in touch.
Also, the internet sensation shirts are officially gone now. We sold like 40 of them. It's incredible. I actually can't believe that any of them sold in the first
I hate the fucking way this kid talks.
insane.
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
he continues this brand to this very day.
Before we do that, there is 7 days until the internet sensation .shop.
It bothers me that my facial hair looks almost exactly like his.
But as it turns out, it's not ironic. He actually just
We're not so different, you and I, Alexx.
Inspired to start her YouTube and streaming channel, and Alexx Big Leagues her. And what I will do for you, just take it for granted. I could change your life forever. You couldn't do that for me. I can do everything.
Bro, if Harvey Weinstein was skinny and like 4 feet tall, it's look, it's Harvey Weinstein reincarnated into IMALEXX.
She says, I have a job, and he goes, it's annoying. You don't. And she replies, I do. You don't even listen. Off, Alice. You should be grateful that someone with the expertise I actually have tried talking to you about something like this. She's like, I just wanted to tell you about this pie in the sky dream I have, and you're taking it so seriously. It's a dream of mine. Shut the fuck up. You know what I meant. So kill yourself. Please.
Jesus.
Your girlfriend. Genuinely bad at it, you dumb whore. N-word, that's
my
the
God.
truth. I don't even know why I explained the bag. Just hate people making it seem like what I'm doing is actually rude. Oh, well, that's a crappy feeling, Alex. I'm sorry you feel that way. Kill yourself. I just told you how to make 6 figures, so fuck off. It's annoying. Dumb. You passed up on genuine knowledge. Cry. Gay. Hey, bro, how about you just be supportive and let her have fun figuring it out? Instead, he's spurging in calls.
I've gone. You could do this, but you might be able to do that, but you might be able to do that, and you might be able to do this, and this might work, but you might be able to do that. And it sounds fucking mental. I don't even understand how you could possibly actually follow along to it. Like most of my friends struggle to actually understand what I'm saying. But that's why I'm a professional and you're all not.
Internet sensation.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, he's so humble.
You think you can just ignore them because like, well, what's the worst that can happen? I don't know. Your boyfriend's a fucking famous internet celebrity and doesn't trust these people because he has to keep his circle small. Because you might not have anything to lose, because your life might be down the fucking drain, but I still have quite a lot that I would like to fucking give. You're making incredible.
I don't know what the fuck this dude's problem is, bro. Like, why would you constantly shit on and demean, like, the person you're with? This is, like, no fucking point, because that just means you're with a fucking loser. How much of a loser does that make you? I don't fucking understand, like, why... I don't understand how he's getting off on this. He's literally like, you're shit, you're awful, you're terrible, you're fucking bad, bro. Hey, dude, why don't you just end your life, bro? You're literally nothing. Hey, man, why don't you just fucking listen to me about how to make a YouTube career, you fucking idiot? Oh, by the way, I love you, and I value you. Like, uh, I think I'm mostly confused by how this makes sense in his... I'm confused by how this makes sense in his mind. I'm also confused as to how this woman let a 4'1" manlet with a tongue larger than his jawline talk shit to her. It's kind of crazy. And all these, like, that's awful. I can't believe you would say that to me. My wife said that he eats minge. He ate her minge. He ate her minge. All right, let me say it like Alexx would. He ate her minge. I'm Alexx. His tongue is fucking enormous.
Yeah, women love it, so they let him breathe.
That's disgusting. Don't ever say that to me. I cannot believe you would say that. That's horrifying. That's gonna be in my head the rest of the day. That's terrible. Jesus Christ. We don't ever see screenshots of her being nasty. I'd probably bet quite a bit of money that there are screenshots of her being nasty, but at the end of the day, even if there are, it's just them being abusive to one another. And my main question is, why didn't one or either of them get the hell out of here? She eventually left, which is good. Yeah, I would have just advocated for her to leave sooner. This guy's a fucking loser. This guy's a loser. What's crazy is that, like, some people may say, like, oh, she was gold digging. Oh, she wanted to be with him for his money or blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, she didn't want to collab. She didn't want to talk YouTube. She didn't want to, like, spend any of his money. So, like, the gold digger allegations just aren't hitting for me. I don't know. I think she was just woman brained and thought she could fix Alexx at some point and get him to stop being a dick. But Alexx clearly is a like huge sack of shit. It's funny because like this typically wouldn't cancel somebody. This typically would not This is not enough to cancel like a celebrity or someone like Markiplier or Jacksepticeye. This is typically not enough. This ain't it. The problem is that Alexx has cultivated this audience of children that absolutely fucking go feral over any form of impropriety in somebody's life. So if you like even talk weird to your dog after a really bad fucking day at work, these people would eat you alive. They would want you canceled. They would want you fired from your job. They would want you doxxed. They would want like your mother's maiden name. Like they would want your social security number so they can like report you to the FBI. But because Alexx cultivated and placated this like psychotic group of fans, they have now whipped their heads around, seeing that he's an abusive piece of shit, and they're like, oh, okay, well, now we're just going to eat you alive. He's literally created his own, like, undoing. He's created his own monster. it would be sad if it wasn't so fucking funny.
Incredibly fucking hard for me.
Is any part of him authentic? Even the big speech he gave about not saying the N-word casually anymore was a lie.
I know. People have been bringing up that old video of me on Twitter a lot
Twitter.
recently, and I understand why. And I get it. And I have addressed it on multiple podcasts. I've addressed it on multiple Instagram live streams. But it's obviously, I'm not going to hide away from it. And it's important for me to address it now. Now, I personally believe, because I wasn't calling somebody it, but I was talking about the word in context.
Talking about the word in context, guys.
It was okay to say. It obviously wasn't. It obviously wasn't okay to say. And the video's old, and it's removed, and frankly, I'm ashamed every time I see it get tweeted at me. It really makes me sad, because I know that I shouldn't have done it.
Meanwhile, he's just letting it fly in text messages. She has him saved in his phone as racist N-word. He's using it while he's angry at her.
You don't like, you don't clean up after yourself. Nigga, neither do you.
Jesus.
So, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
He proudly states to his audience that he's grown and he no longer uses the N-word. That's a lie. He claims the internet sensation branding is a joke. While in the meantime, big leaguing his girlfriend.
Boyfriend's a fucking famous internet celebrity. So that's why I'm a professional and you're all not.
And he claims he cares
Never
about
date a
people
woman with an
for
anime
pushing
profile
allegations,
picture.
but when
Cartoon
it comes to
profile
his own
picture is fine.
girlfriend's
Anime is
essay,
unacceptable.
He starts a fight with her because you're fucking weird, bringing up weird shit on holiday. This is his brand, internet sensation, or as people have more accurately redubbed it, I accuse my friends of rape.
You will have a career for way longer and probably make way more money if you are actually just a nice person. I'm gonna fucking bash your fucking head against the wall with a brick.
There's no other way around it.
I'm not a nice person. I'd like to be. So hopefully my career lasts long enough to shit on Alexx for a little bit longer.
Preparation for his parents coming over. He asked for tasks he could do to help. She told him to wipe the sides of the counter and take out the bins, and he freaked out. On the way out of the kitchen, he kicked her in the back. You kicked me.
Jesus.
And Alexx replies, you psychotic freak. I'm not dealing with this. You think what you did in the kitchen was normal? After yesterday, you pulled the same shit. And I told you not to, woman. Later, he'd say, I insulted you. I shouldn't have kicked you. Trying to pull you towards me in an argument was wrong. The pulling allegations comes from Alice saying he pulled her on the floor, put her in a headlock, and covered her mouth while she's screaming at him to get off of her.
Good lord.
This, though, so let's stick to what's been confirmed, and that is a kick. What do you think, Alexx? Is that fair?
Shit annoys me because I have so many mind-numbing conversations with YouTubers where they're like, yeah, but he's my mate. And I'm like, did you read the fucking allegations? Did you read like the 7 TikTok videos that were posted about that f***er? And they go, no. And I go, read his DMs. You know, read the f***ing DMs, man. Read the fucking DMs.
Cool, guilty. After
God, I
Alexx
hate the way he
she
fucking
secretly
talks.
started recording,
Jesus
probably for
Christ.
her own safety, and just like Alice stated, Alexx is screaming and ranting at her the whole time over a counter needing to be wiped.
Like earlier, you're miserable about something like this. All you have to do is say what it is and it's fixed. It's fine. You don't clean up after yourself. Nigga, neither do you. So,
Jesus.
it's fine.
She hardly says 2 words as he follows her around, ranting at her.
I'm not even honest to pay for any of it. So, who really fucking cares what you have to say? Yeah, sorry I forget about to fucking clean the sides sometimes. I got bigger fish to fry.
Alice would break up with him after this, and when she would go back to pick up her stuff, it was all smashed. He threatened to throw them outside, a 4K setup. I found everything on the floor taken apart. The keyboard was smashed. He claims the keys had fallen off my keyboard when he was packing it all away. When I got home, I plugged in everything, and I found both my monitors smashed to bits. The keyboard broken, and the camera too. Alexx would then try to whiz her back by bragging about doing everyday things. Go on, let me cook. The house is clean. I just put out the bins. Hot, sweaty emoji. She says this isn't hot, it's basic living. When he realized Alice wasn't coming back, he spammed her with messages. It starts off sweet, but ends real demanding. Why are you ignoring me? DMs, 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 DMs. Alexx would pick up that she planned on going public with this, so Alexx would threaten her so she'd stay quiet. If you end up posting stuff, it'll end up being a huge problem. Don't you want to move on? Alice replies, for you. And he goes, for us. She insists, for you, there is no us. I don't want to talk about you hitting me, and I found text about the cat when you said you punched me. She says, because I I didn't and you'd be lying. She reiterates, I didn't punch you over a cat. LOL, is this you saying you're gonna use that? Because do it. He responds, I have stayed dead silent and it isn't enough. He's so desperate. Certainly he knew this would leak. She calls him out. This is your argument. If I speak out about how horrible and abusive you was to me, you're gonna say I hit you over a cat. That's your defense for abusing me for 8 months. He replies, you don't get to hit me at all. The point I'm making is we both hated it, and hurting each other more isn't going to make it right. And you said you slapped me yesterday. I was dreadful. And yep, this is the moment Alexx is going to bring up something he's never cared about to try and frame her as the abuser. And she admits, yes, I slapped you in the face one time. Name a girl who hasn't slapped a huge asshole. Should she have slapped him? No. Though I think Alexx actually cares about getting slapped. No, he's using it as a threat to try and silence her. There's no other way about it. So just to put this in perspective, in 2017, Alexx went forward with these zap tie allegations without knowing the full story.
Everybody who knew Ed knew he was pretty let down, not just his friends, but himself.
In 2019, he wrote the Slazo allegations without knowing the full story.
I don't believe he's innocent. I don't think he's innocent at all.
Now in 2024, when he's been exposed with his own allegations, he fast one and frame his girlfriend as the abuser to try and silence the full story.
Is it worth losing your whole career over?
This guy's a rat.
So nice, she's so nice. I treat her badly, but she comes back every time.
These allegations towards Alexx are not perfect. It's clear context is missing at certain points of the conversation. Some clips are cut into the perfect 15-second length.
Your head against the wall with a brick.
But even still, the evidence is overwhelming. It's an 82-page doc backed up by voice clips of Alexx crying, admitting he was the worst person ever.
With work and stuff, I know that you're just trying to enjoy it. I was making it unenjoyable for you because everybody else shouldn't have fun, and that you should.
I hate it when I hate it when abusers or like people who act all big and tough and bad, like the moment shit stops working for them, they literally start they start crying like bitches. It is the cringiest thing ever. If you're gonna be an abusive fucking asshole, keep that same energy, dude. Don't back down and start crying like a child to get your way. So fucking pathetic. Why is the bristleback over there? Wonder if we can take it out. No. Oh. Not even close. I don't get it. I hate this. Like, keep in mind, this is not even 2-3 months after he is threatening to bash her brains in. He's kicking her in the back. He's breaking all of her shit. He's, I think I already said it, but he's threatening to kill her, like, calling her all these fucking names, and yet, this is him now. This is him now trying to get back into her good graces.
You shouldn't have fun, and I convinced myself that life is miserable.
Mm.
I'll let you down.
Fuck. Oh no.
Deserve to be forgiven.
Don't think that I got you. Everybody's got you. I want to stress that this couldn't have happened to a more deserving person. He's carelessly pushed so many false allegations, so many half stories. If his audience believes that he put Alice in a headlock and held her mouth shut as she screamed, good. If his audience believes Annie when she says he made up the rape portion of the Slazo allegations, good. If his audience believes that Alexx is a racist and he convinced Alice into being a racist because they casually said the N-word to each other, good. Because if it was anyone else, Alexx wouldn't question a thing. He wouldn't even reach out for comment. I did, because even if he's not innocent, I think hearing both stories matters. But he wouldn't, not even for his friends. So bye-bye, subscribe to the channel, buy a fume, and shout out to the homies over on Patreon. Phoebes, Crimson Glass, Riveter, Christina Vina, Mac Monkey, Drink Kobex, Blackbird, The Confusing Opinion, Eddie Bizzle.
Yeah, just, you know, give my final thoughts on it, just to wrap it all up in a nice, neat bow. He got what he fucking deserved. Innocent or not, it really doesn't matter at this point. It's funny because even if it was proved somehow by Alexx concretely that Alice was more abusive than he was, even if he could prove that 100%, it's over. he's done. His fan base won't listen because his fan base never listened. His fan base doesn't care about the counter narrative. They just want to be mad. They don't want to hear the truth. They just want to be rabid little animals going after somebody. So now they're going to destroy Alexx. Hopefully run him off a platform. Because even if they were equally abusive, they both should be catching shit. I don't think just even if there's evidence that she was abusive, I don't think Alexx is let off the hook. I think Alexx is getting everything that he deserves as an abusive person. And if Alice is also abusive, then throw some Alice's way. But for Alexx, bro, you deserve worse. You cheated, you lied, you made shit up just to like feed your fucking rabid fan base of pathetic, degenerate losers that only feel good by putting other people down. I think if you had followed your own advice and you had behaved appropriately in public and you weren't such a disgusting, sniveling little shit of a liar, I think that maybe you would have had some community support and people would have said, all right, hold on, guys. Let's wait for the proof. Let's wait for the, let's hang on. I was thinking about hanging on. If I had stream working, we would have covered this like 2-3 weeks ago. I hate IMALEXX. I watched like 2 or 3 IMALEXX videos back in the day because I got him confused with this other person that I used to watch called Cosmic Skeptic. And he was just insufferable. He's just very negative. Gets a lot of joy in seeing other people fall. He was like the worst parts of me personified. And it's just funny to me that at the end of it all, at like the fall of Alexx came about only because of the behavior he utilized in order to get himself where he was. I think that there probably is a God, and he takes great pleasure. Not even that. I don't even think God takes great pleasure. I think God writes wonderful poetry across reality. And pieces of shit will end up getting what's coming to them. That's not to say, like, every time you don't like somebody, pray on their downfall. Just, I guess my final message on the whole Alexx thing. I mostly want to do the stream just to cover the IMALEXX stuff, just kind of get it out of my system, and then also just to make sure that my stream finally works. And it does. We finally solved the issue. Praise be to God. But my final thoughts, my wrapping up. In your own personal life, if there are people that are genuine pieces of crap, like they're selfish, they're rude, they're arrogant, they're egotistical, generally, a good rule of thumb, don't go out of your way to bring that person down, because I promise you, they'll end up doing something that destroys themselves. And whether that's, an act of God that puts that opportunity in their path, or if that's just karma or some universal force, or if it's literally just causality, you act like a shit person, eventually you'll do something shitty that has consequences. Whatever it is, like if this person's, caveat being if this person's not like actively harming you or doing harm to someone you love, this person's just a genuine asshole. Leave them be. Don't waste your energy thinking about them. Don't waste your energy trying to think of ways to fuck with them. That person will create their own destruction. Alexx proves this phenomenon. Mini Lad proved this phenomenon. Anybody that has this weird relationship with their fans that they utilize to stir them up for views or for controversy. We've now seen it time and time again that it will eventually come back. It will come back and it will destroy them. So just please, if you hear me, if you take anything from me, take this. Don't worry about the assholes in your life. They'll end up destroying themselves. And with that, I'm going to end stream before I run my luck out and my computer decides to shit itself. Thank you all so much for joining. If you're watching this after the fact, I'd love it if you hit a follow. We'll be doing a longer stream tomorrow now that I've got my stuff working again. Thank you, Not a Gun, for following. Yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful day, a lovely evening. And again, sorry today for the super short stream, but I've spent like the last 7-8 hours trying to get my PC to work, and now I finally have it working, and I don't want to jinx myself. But tomorrow we'll be doing a much longer stream. I promise you guys. But thank you all so much for joining. I hope you all have